like to suggest, and this may be controversial or not, but the people are by nature multidisciplinary and multifaceted, and that's the core. In other words, if you were to sit down with any group of students or faculty or everyone in this room, we'd find we are interested in a lot of different things. So this contrasts with our formal educational system, where we sort of pigeonhole people almost into a particular area. You know, you're going to do material engineering, or you're going to do Elizabethan poetry. We tend to be we're more complicated than that. People, I think everyone is. So to some extent, STEAM and the adding art, design, and humanities to STEM makes sense, because I would say most of us do cross-cut over to many of these different areas. So
I guess I disagree a little bit with that, Paul. So, you know, the trivial thing to say is nobody's normal and nobody's average. Clearly, many people, and we need people, are deep disciplinary experts that drill down so deep in a certain problem area that they're the person you want on, I don't know, cybersecurity, pick something, where indeed there are technical issues that are really difficult of how you attack certain problems. And so I think in a population of professionals, you need deep disciplinary experts. But then also, and I think in the demographics we've done, something like 20% of people are really driven by more than one disciplinary interest. And so, you know, part of the problem is I think educational systems tend to have a business model where you try and make everybody fit into the disciplinary model, especially for freshman undergraduates, which is ironic, because the more you get experience, the more interdisciplinary you get, right? So once you end up in a company, in a team of professionals, necessarily you're dealing with the marketing people, you're dealing with the product development people, you're dealing with, and so you end up in a multidisciplinary environment. And it's ironic that universities begin freshman year, thou shalt be a major in physics, or thou shalt be a major in chemistry. And then 10 years later, you expect people to develop these collaboration skills and multidisciplinary skills. So I guess the only thing I quibble with you, I think we do have a mixture of very deep disciplinary people who get satisfaction about that. And we have people then that, as you said, are driven by multiple interests.
So I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think and maybe this gets to the T-shaped or pie-shaped person, you know, with the idea of disciplinary depth in one or more areas, but then some breadth. And I guess I just don't know personally whether it's 20%, you know, what if you were to actually canvass people or poll them or survey them, what the percentages would be. But I think we could probably both agree that there's a need for going across, and there's a need for depth, and yes.